We are on our last full sea day, and today's the day that we pack. So, well, that's what my wife is doing. So, but she's going to participate in this video, right? Yeah. So we're doing a cruise review. The whole cruise, the whole ship, the ports and everything. For the Carnival Horizon. So let's just start from the beginning. We, for the first time ever, we embarked out of Miami, Florida. Now, I'm gonna ask my wife a question. What is her opinion on Miami?
They've got it together. They know what they're doing.
The port.
The port.
The city.
The city
sucks. It's too many people. Too many people. Especially after you drove all the way from Texas. I guess it's one thing if you just a few hours away. We drove all the way from Texas. By the time we got to Miami, we were tired. Let's just say that. But Miami, their port, we've been cruising out of 3 ports: Miami, New Orleans, and Houston, or Galveston. Let me ask my wife a question. Again,
Miami, number 1.
Miami, number 1.
I know you're not going to like this, but New Orleans, number 2.
New Orleans, number 2. Galveston, number 3. Just because of the port, not because of the state. You know, but because we're from Texas, if you can't already tell. But just the ease getting, you know, going through the process of checking in and all that kind of stuff. Miami, hands down, one of the best, and I think everybody should take notes, including Galveston. So yeah. So let's review the ship. What do you think? Because you asked me this a while ago. I said, let's save it for the video. Where are you at on the ship?
I'm not impressed.
Not impressed.
And I think that has a lot to do with our first ship was the Dream.
Yeah.
We sailed so many times on the Dream. And I try to compare the ship to, you know,
To the Dream.
and it just doesn't, to me it doesn't
Yeah.
measure up.
The Dream is always going to be probably
The
better.
the
The Dream
rooms
is
are
probably going to
cold.
be better to you than the Jubilee.
The rooms are cold, the bed is comfortable on the Dream. You know,
I wouldn't say the rooms are cold.
they're cool.
They're
Excuse
cool.
me.
Compared to this
so
room.
Vista and
Yeah.
compared to Horizon,
Yeah.
I would say it would be cold. But yeah.
So, what she's referring to, if you watch these series of videos, our first night, we complained about it being hot. They did come and fix it, and it worked for a couple of days where it was nice and cold. It was cold. And then it's got warm again. And luckily we have fans, so that helps. But, yeah, I mean, for these ships, they like to conserve on everything, and I don't get it, because you spend so much money on something, you know, when you could. We stopped at a little motel in Florida, you know, on our way down, just a roadside hotel by, I don't know, it was over there close to 10 and 75 or whatever. We just planned on just a place to sleep. So we spent $66 on it, and the room was cold. I was too cold. I was like, hey, I gotta turn this thing up, because hey, I'm too cold over here. me myself personally, I like the Horizon better than the Vista. Just for the fact that you don't hear about the Horizon breaking down as much as the Vista. The service on the ship. Where are you at on the service on the ship?
Oh, the staff is.
Yeah, the staff is
very friendly.
very friendly compared to the Vista.
The Vista.
That's a few times on the Vista. It's just been subpar. But this ship, the service on all parts.
Every staff member we've came in contact with has been extremely friendly.
Right, and our steward.
And I can't say that for the Vista.
No. I don't even think we tipped our last steward, did we? And we were on there for 2 weeks.
He was okay. So the first steward.
We had one steward on that back-to-back cruise.
We did tip him on
But it was like maybe like $40 or $50.
It wasn't that much because literally our room was dirty.
Yeah. Well,
not from what we left. It was dirty from the previous people. I mean, we found pills.
Yeah.
And food stuffed underneath the, so yeah.
Yeah, it was horrible. But this room steward got a $100 bill from us, and for an 8-day cruise, and he was all surprised. I handed it to him. I was like, "Hey, I guess some people don't tip. I don't know, but yeah, the staff to me makes it better. Again, the ship's not breaking down. I do like the decor a little better than the Vista because some different colors. So it's a little bit more elegant, not too much though. But it still has the same problems as the Vista when it comes to dining, because it's the same setup, and I'm not a fan of the setup. Trying to get as many people in, same thing with the Liquid Lounge. Try to get as many people in. It's just that whole thing I'm not a fan of. The Havana is another plus, which makes this ship still better than the Glory, or it's other ships like that, because you have the Havana, and when you get a grand suite, you go to the Havana, and we like that option. But the ship, yeah, is better than the Vista, but the Dream is still on the top of our list. So on this cruise, we stopped at Bonaire. First of all, it was Aruba, Bonaire, La Romana, and Amber Cove. Now, we had planned on going to a beach, but we didn't do that in Aruba. Just didn't feel like it. But I liked Aruba from what little I saw, walking around town. And we went down to that bar a couple of times to get that what is it called? Brown Lady?
Yes.
That's not a racist term, people. It's name of the drink. I know someone probably heard me say it. Man, that Brown Lady was good. That sounds bad, but it was actually really good. I did like the port at night and all that kind of stuff. But we didn't do much, so I can't give a big review of Aruba. But Bonaire, we got the golf carts or golf cart and drove around, and to me that was fun. I enjoyed it. Probably the biggest thing on it for me was, just going at our own leisure, and the flamingos. But what do you think? You're still alive, but what do you think of that, of Bonaire and the little excursion that we did?
I wouldn't say it's the best port we've ever been to, but if we ever happen to do this itinerary again, we would probably
get on the golf carts. Yeah, because you go at your own pace. You don't have to get into a van full of people. Right. It's almost like renting a car, but it's not a car. It's a golf cart. And I prefer a golf cart rather than a little small car, and you're outside and all that kind of stuff. You just go slow and everybody's passing you like crazy, and She's over there hanging on with dear life, saying, "You need to learn how to drive." I'm like, "Hey, it's just a golf cart." But I had fun. Again, it's when we think of the Caribbean, we think of white sands, we think of lots of trees and stuff like that. And Bonaire is a desert island and a lot of rocks. And so you're not going to find a sandy beach there. Yeah, there may be a couple, but they're hard to find. So hey, there's that. La Romana, we didn't do anything, but we just got off the ship and just went, just walked around the port. What do you think of the little port there they had? Just a bunch of stores. I mean, you get that almost at every port.
Yeah.
Nothing
special.
Nothing special. I mean, we got a couple of things to, take home with. We didn't spend too much money. And then the next day was Amber Cove. We did the whole classic cars thing. I don't think that it was worth it. I wouldn't do that again. Because it's like $150 per person. It's $300. And we had more fun on the golf carts. Oh, look there. She found my lens cover. I knew it was in a pocket somewhere for my other camera. A little lens cap. But yeah, for $150, $100 you go get you a golf cart in Bonaire and just have a good time and stop where you want to stop and not have to deal with people. Besides, people you want to deal with, besides traffic or whatever. Hopefully you don't get ran over, on a golf cart. So, but Amber Cove, Dominican Republic, I'm just partial to the ports that we've been to before and that we like. Aren't you? We visited these, but would you say that, I've got to go back to Aruba and Bonaire and all those, compared to Grand Cayman and Honduras,
The only way that I would go back to these ports that we went on just now would be if it was a ship that we wanted to get
Yeah,
on.
it's more for the ship.
It wouldn't be the port.
And that's kind of where we're at. We kind of cruise more now for the ship than we do the ports, even though we do have a couple of favorite. And we can always do something in Cozumel, like always. There's always something for us to do. And Honduras as well. Those are our favorites. Yeah, that shirt. Those are our favorite ports, and we've been there a million times. You know the reason why we've been there a million times is because they cruise out of our home ports because it's close, and we like those ports, and we like the ships that we get on. So with that, let's see. I'm trying to think what other. Oh, the people of, and this is what I expected. When you cruise out of New Orleans or Galveston, you get local-ish. You still get people from all over the country go to Galveston and New Orleans, but for the most part, you find a lot of kind of locals or regional, right? A lot of if you're cruising out of Texas, a lot of Texans like us, people from Louisiana, Oklahomans, Okies, Arkansas. Because it's a quick one-day drive. There's just a couple hours. Or, it doesn't take long. You still get people from all over the country that come. But Miami, though, they come from all over the country. People coming from New York, Wisconsin, other countries. They all come here to cruise out of. And so you see I'm wearing the Dallas Cowboys cap here. When you go to a cruise in Galveston on a football Sunday, you either find Cowboys fans or Texans fans or Saints fans for the most part. You find some others, but those are for the most part. But here, listen, America's team, everybody loves or hates the Cowboys. But I mean, there's Buffalo fans, Eagles fans, Chiefs fans, Bears fans. You know, you kind of tell where people are from what they wear. You know, because they support either their football team, their baseball team, their college, and so you do have that. And I will probably offend somebody here, so I'm going to say it, and my wife's not going to say it. But you find more courteous people from the South. You know, what I mean by that is, you know, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, a little bit of Tennessee at least. You find that, right? Where people kind of give each other space and, you know, think about others. Where, I'm sorry, not everyone's like this. Let me put that disclaimer. But you get a lot of people that just don't think. They're so used to the cities up north where everything's so close together and everything is so loud, and you get us that are from the country, you know, from the South, where everything's so spread out, especially in Texas. Everything's so spread out, and you know, even though we live half an acre away from our neighbors or something, you know, we still think about, you know, well, let's give them their space and not be too loud. You know, we don't have that here. A lot of slamming doors, you know, just a lot of things. And a lot of this me first mentality, and not let the ladies go. Yeah, and they will run over a lady. And so you city folk from up north, listen, I'm not saying that us Texans were perfect. All right, we got a lot of city folk in Texas too, but that are like that. But for the most part, that's the difference. But saying that, did we have a big issue with this crowd? Did we complain about the kids? Did we complain? There was a group of kids, but it's like only 4 kids.
Yeah. There weren't that many kids on this group.
There was like only 4 kids that we saw they were having an issue with.
Right.
But of course, this December, as cruises, you know, school's still going. A lot of older folk on this cruise, so they know how the cruise etiquette goes. So we don't have the problem out of Diamond Platinum people. Diamond Platinum people are not the problem. It's people that, you know, it's their first cruise, and a lot of entitled people too, you know, that think that, hey, it's my vacation, I don't need to be nice. I'm like, okay, you just have a few of those. It's not a bad problem. But you just find a little bit more nicer people. That's just it. Out of ours. Like it's like we own them. But I mean, I had fun. Did you have fun?
I did. I'm ready to go home now.
It's an 8-day cruise, and you know, for us, we drove down. So by the time we get home, we'll be gone for 12 days. So, and yeah, and I said this on the back-to-back cruise, by the time we were halfway through our second week, we were really ready to go. After we got our favorite port out of all that done, if you remember.
The bed was so uncomfortable, it's hard to sleep.
Yeah. Now, my wife did combat that. She got hers on her side. I wish I would have done mine, a little comforter thing. About that thing, not a comforter, what's it called? Mattress topper?
Mattress topper.
Yeah, it was about and my side, it was hard on my side, so she slept a lot better. So yeah, these beds are not comfortable. Bring you something about that thick, you know. If you're used to sleeping in a soft bed like she is.
Like a firm bed,
a lot of people like firm beds. Well, we need to get a sleep number bed. That way we have a number. I don't know. We probably had the same number, so what's the point? Because it's like 2 sides, I think. I don't know. But I mean, I had fun. You know, I can't complain too much. It was something different. But you know, and there's still some ports out on this side of the Caribbean that I want to hit. But I just enjoy my Galveston cruises. Even New Orleans, I do enjoy. Just the atmosphere. but Galveston is the best, I think, as far as the cruises. The port obviously needs a little help, but the town and the people that come out of Galveston are top notch, if you ask me. So, but with that, I do recommend the Horizon, but just understand that some of these newer ships like this is 2018. They try to get as many people in to a certain area, where the older ships, it's a little bit more spread out. And that's the reason why our favorite still, at least for now, is the Dream. But we got the Jubilee coming up, and that may be our favorite just because, if no other reason, the suite. And that we've got booked. So there's that, because we could eat our dinner in our room if we wanted to. We don't have to go to, well, I don't know. Can't go really to the steakhouse or the Italian food place. That's what they need to do. It's like, hey, for these guys that have like a dining room table in their cabin, a dining room table outside their cabin, on the patio, these people want to utilize this. Hey, let's just bring the ship to them. Let's bring all the restaurants to them. Give you a menu and all that kind of stuff. They don't have to leave. All right, so but this is my final video. Packing up the camera gear. Hope you guys enjoyed all these videos that I've made. We don't have another cruise booked until October of next year for now. Coming in hot here. Coming in hot. Edit. Obviously, I look a little different. And I'm not on a ship. We are going to be on the Carnival Jubilee. When? February 10th. Super Bowl cruise. And it's the XL Aft Suite. Get ready for that. We booked that yesterday. We are ready to go. But back to the Horizon. Cruises are getting expensive. They just are. Our cabins are getting expensive and all that kind of stuff. So when you have the more expensive cabins, the less cruises you go on. And this one was didn't cost as much as a regular one because we had a cruise cancel. So we didn't even pay the full price of a Grand Suite this time. So anyways, we're out here, guys. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.